Well, good morning, Mike and Arlin, our Philippine journey. Let me know if you're having any audio trouble. That would certainly help. Hope everyone's doing well. It's Monday morning here in Angeles City. And there we go. So, anyways, wow, it's been quite the week. Quite the week. We certainly appreciate everybody dropping by. Let's see here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do something a little bit different this morning. We are going to put the link up now, early, so that if anybody wants to join in, they certainly can. John, my little world, you sound good. Thanks, John. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for dropping in. Hi, this is Dave. Hey, Dave. Glad to hear you had a safe flight home and made it back. California Bear, good morning. Hope you're doing well. And we're off and running and talking about it. So, last night, I went to dinner with a couple of my friends. Arlin didn't feel like going out. She has an ultrasound scheduled for today. In fact, she's there now. So, Arlin getting her ultrasound done this morning, and we'll see how that goes. But we went out. I went out with two of my buddies last night. Eddie Wow, who lives here full time and has for many years, and good old Chris. Chris lives in Thailand, but he's here for 4 or 5 months, and it's going to be interesting to see how things go. So we went out last night. We went to dinner over at Tequila Reef, and then we popped into a few bars. But when I walked into Tequila Reef, I was about 10 minutes early. And when I walked in, there was a group of seven guys, all young guys in their late 20s, all the way up to their mid 40s, probably. Definitely military. And I even asked them, well, they're all sitting at one table. They've got 2 pictures of margaritas, and they've got a huge, that giant, Dave knows what I'm talking about, fishbowl glass of margarita in front of them. And they are drinking away. And they are hooting and hollering and having a good time. And more power to them. And so I talked to them for a couple of minutes, asking them, where are they from? And I said, well, they all started naming off states. And when they named off the states, I said, so are you guys here on leave? I mean, it's obvious you're military. It's obvious this. And they said, we really can't say. We're just here. We got off the plane and here we are. So I don't know where they are from. I don't know what branch they were in. I don't know anything about it. Honest to God. But what was interesting was, I want to say about 2 hours later, we ran into one of them in one of the bars. And this poor guy was hammered. I mean, just absolutely hammered. And having a blast. And spending money like there's no tomorrow. Or at least at minor amounts, but still having a great time. So, more power to them. I'm glad they had a good time. I hope they stayed out of any trouble. I hope that they didn't have anything pop up, but they were very cautious about identifying where they were from. And I think that has to do with Walking Street is still off limits. And the way it kind of works, well, you know what? I don't know exactly how it works. I know what we've been told. So, I don't know. I know that Walking Street is supposedly off limits, okay? But I don't know. So, let me catch up on some comments here. Hector Gupta, good morning, Hector. Thanks for joining us. Paul S., past and present in history. Good morning, Paul, from Washington State today. 3 more weeks. Time is getting close, Paul. It's getting close. Scott F., good morning. How you doing, Scott? Ricky Last in the house. Hey, Ricky, how's things going? A good morning Vietnam moment. It was something. I'm telling you, we sat there at the table next to this guy for about 40 minutes, and he was going strong. Lots of special forces in Angeles. I don't know. I really don't know. These guys, obviously military, obviously U.S. military. Where they were from, what branch, have no idea. Dave says, hey, did you see that Sony released the new ZV E10 Mark II? From watching various, it's definite upgrade from the original. Don't worry, I won't get it. My A67 is more than adequate. Yeah, Dave, it is. And yes, I have seen multiple, especially Mark Bennett's videos on the Mark II. But I don't think it's a big enough upgrade for me to think about. Paul Rogers. Hey, Mike. Hope all's going well. How you doing, Paul? Hope things are going well. Buckeye to Bananas. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. Good morning. Buckeye to Bananas. Another new YouTube channel starting off here. And, you guys need to drop in, maybe take a look at his channel. See if it's stuff that interests you. Michael Ataz, good morning. The day after the Trump miracle, God bless America. Yeah, another inch and he'd have been in big trouble. But I'm not going to say a whole lot about that because I really want the dust to settle a little bit and get more information because there's still more information coming out. So I don't know. Good old Bob. Yes, indeed. And boom. So, let's see here. We went in. I saw an interesting video this morning. And I had a comment from one of the subscribers that I met that was here this weekend talking about Barfines. So last night we were in 4 bars. Okay. In 4 bars, I had 2 drinks and 2 sodas. That was it. In fact, I was home by, I want to say 9:30, maybe 9:45 at the latest. So we went into 2 Western bars and 1 Korean bar. Barfines, I saw a video this morning that somebody put out about Barfines or 100, but they never said how much they were. It's one of those videos where they just walk video and don't say a word. But our subscriber said that he and his buddy, who were here this past weekend, and I met with him, went in a couple of bars, and bar fines were 5,000 pesos. Okay, so we went last night. And so I started looking around at the Wolfpack bars. We were in 3 Wolfpack bars. Barfine start at 5,000. If you want a quote unquote spotlight girl or one of the higher end girls, they start at 6,000. And in one bar, they actually started at 6,500. In the Korean bar, it was 5,000. Now, what was interesting was, and I saw a comment that was made in this other video about it's only short time, no long time. I disagree with that. In all 3 bars, all 3 of the Wolfpack bars that we went in, it was whatever time. Long time, short time, doesn't matter. Okay? That's the rate. And then in the Korean bar, I didn't ask. It didn't dawn on me to ask. I didn't think about it. You know, sometimes when you don't do something, you tend to forget what other people might be interested in. And that's what happened. I didn't think to ask, is there a difference between short time and long time? But it is what it is. John says, too much for a short time starfish. Anything is too much for a starfish, John. Why would you want to barfine a starfish? I mean, that would make no sense to me. I don't care how appealing she is physically to you. Barfining a starfish, kind of ridiculous. That's just my personal opinion. But you know, since we don't barfine, well, I guess, you know, maybe we're behind the times. Maybe it's a reasonable thing. I don't know. I really don't. I think my friend Eddie, he pretty much has a much simpler process. He just exchanges numbers and they come over on their off day and it's about half that price, if not actually less than half the price. And all he's interested in is short time. So, you know, freelancers, girls on their off days can be found for far less, is pretty much the story we get from everybody. But, you know, I guess everything's adaptable. Everything changes. Everything is whatever somebody thinks they can do. If you're selling a piece of property, if you think you can get $1 million, you ask for $1.3 million. If you think you're going to get $1 million, but you'd actually be happy with 800,000, well, you still ask for $1.3 million, but you negotiate. Oh, these girls negotiate. Oh, I got my first thumbs down this morning. Gee whiz. You know what? Thumbs up, thumbs down, they're all the same. They're good for the algorithm. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Okay? No way around it. So, Arlin, getting an ultrasound this morning. What's going on with Arlin? Well, Arlin's been having some lower right quadrant abdominal pain. It's intermittent. It's not unbearable. It's just there. So I started to worry about it. I wanted to make sure that we weren't having a appendicitis starting to brew, because I actually lost my favorite nephew, a kid that literally we almost raised ourselves for several years. to a leaking appendix. So your appendix is full of poop. All right, that's what it is. It's an extension of your large intestine. And if it leaks into your peritoneum, all right, into your belly, into your, not your stomach, but into your abdominal cavity, it will cause an infection, and that will make you septic. He thought he had eaten something bad and then had the flu. And by the time, well, quite literally, he collapsed in the doorway of the emergency room and never regained consciousness. It was a terrible, terrible thing, to be honest with you. My ex-wife number 2 actually had a burst appendix, but we just happened to be right down the street from the hospital. I mean, she was feeling bad in the car. She was not doing well. And then all of a sudden it just escalated and we were right down that street. And we stopped into the hospital there in Phoenix. And 3 hours later, they had her appendix out. And at 9 o'clock the next morning, she was on her way home. So we're going to check that. The other thing that it could be she has a kidney stone that is in transit between the kidney and her bladder. It's in her ureter. That might be part of it as well. So we're going to start with an ultrasound. I did get I spoke with the doctor Saturday, and we agreed that she needed a urinalysis and CBC. And when we did the CBC, her urinalysis is totally negative. And when we did the CBC, which we got the results of a couple hours later, Saturday afternoon, her white count was elevated, but not out of range. So I imagine they'll do another CBC this morning, and then we'll go from there, along with the ultrasound. Let's see here. Michael says, question, if a bar girl says thank you and please come again, is the next time free? I seriously doubt it, Michael. John just laughing away. Paul says, why Barfine? Just wait until they're off work and talk with them. Then, yes, that's what my buddy does. He just exchanges numbers and arranges it for times when it's when he's off, when they're off. Excuse me. He never Barfines. We have a couple of friends that never Barfine. Good morning, Mike. Hope Arlin feels better. Thank you, Roy. Hope things are going well. So, let's see here. James Gilbert. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for dropping by, James. So, I've been experimenting with the Action 4. I took it with me to dinner Sunday night, last night. And I set it up. We were outside. I set it up on tequila on the outside table at Tequila Reef using the DJI app in my phone to turn it on and off, on and off. And I did run into a problem. Now, I haven't looked at the footage yet, but I did run into the problem where it would just run for a while and then turn off, but then would turn right back on. So it wasn't like a heat sink. So I don't know. We'll figure it out a little bit. Still working on it. Andy Omar, how's things in Boracay? I promoted the stream a bit. Hope more show. Oh, thank you, Andy. Thank you so much. How's Borkai doing? Waiting for a bit of island hop. Aha! You always have to island hop. How's the weather down there been? Has it been raining any? BT and Betty. Hey, BT, how you doing? Thanks for dropping in. I hope your eye is starting to improve a little bit. That's for sure. So Andy is in Borkai. Lots of girls. LG says lots of girls say don't Barfine, but they want the Barfine price. Ridiculous. Yeah, LG, you're absolutely correct. My buddy told me that here lately the girls, excuse me, here lately the girls want the same price whether you go directly through them on their day off as they want as a Barfine, or as the bar wants as a Barfine, which, it seems ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. BT, add the eye doctor now. Good deal, BT. I hope it goes well. Good luck. Best wishes for that. Andy says, cloudy, no rain, has a bit of sun, great weather. Perfect. I hope the water is nice and flat for your your island hopping. I was going to say bar hopping, but for your island hopping, I hope that goes well. John at My Little World, remember to click the thumbs up. Thank you, John. Certainly appreciate it. We appreciate everything. We appreciate all of our subscribers. We look at it. It's an interesting scenario. How we don't look at it the way many people seem to be highly competitive with each other when it comes to numbers and their channels and things like that. And you know what? We just do our thing. That's all there is to it. Paul says, hate to ask, but what is a Wolfpack bar? Okay, so the Wolfpack, there are 9, I think 9 of them, 7, 8, 9, it's hard to tell. I can't remember. Well, there's Carousel, Geckos, Q-Bar, Avalon, Lollipop, Lucifer, Monsoon, Shooters. There's 8. And I think there's one more somewhere. So they are a coalition of bars. Some wholly owned by certain individuals. Some partially owned. But all of them fall under the Wolfpack domain, I guess is the best word to use for it. And so that's what they're called, the Wolfpack bars. That's their oversight name. All right, you can get a Wolfpack VIP card and get you a 10% discount on drinks, on your drinks. So, so those are the Wolfpack bars. There are other Western-owned bars than Wolfpack. Champagne, which is a long-time expat bar. That's not. Angel Witch. Others. And then there are bars owned by Koreans and others. So, and there are actually bars owned by Taiwanese. So, it's all the same. Can't be, no big deal. Hey, Mike. Hey, everyone. WKC. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Are the Korean-owned bars called the Kimchi Cartel? Not yet, but that might be a new name for them. You never know. Hector's funny. Michael says, I can see the girls trying to get as much money as they can for services rendered. They are an age clock by mid-30s. They are on discount rack in most cases. Sure, Michael. Ha ha ha. They say you should negotiate. James says, they say you should negotiate prices here in the Phil. I guess that don't work with the hookers. I don't know. I bet it does work with the hookers. I really and truly do. Um, oh, you know what? I'm gonna blank that out for a minute. I have to run for just a second. Arlin's on the phone. Give me 30 seconds, and if I need to cancel, I will. I'll be right back. Okay. I apologize. Everything's fine. Let me just get this back. There we go. All right. So, anyways, and everything's fine with Arlen right now. So I guess you can negotiate. Everything's negotiable, I guess. Isn't that the way it works? Isn't it always negotiable? I wonder if it's. I wonder if you could consider it negotiable in another fashion. I don't know, but yes, it's always negotiable. That's for sure. So we'll put this link back up, and if anybody would like to join, there's the link, and we're open to discussing anything. Andy says he's wearing Speedos. Oh, Andy. Andy, you know what, Andy? Get a picture and I will have them replace all the Tom Yum Lechon posters on the trikes with yours to help you promote your channel. LG. The 26th to the 8th is the best time to negotiate rent, water. Absolutely. Absolutely. Although I don't think 1K works, LG, but maybe, you know what? I don't know. I have heard, I've literally heard that will work at like 2:33 in the morning. And maybe, but I don't know. But certainly the 26th through the 5th or 8th, even, money is whatever it is. Hi, Mike. Tip for you guys. There are some very hot massage girls that will. The number 2 Sexpat is wanting to join. Oh, what do you know? Hang on a second, folks. And bum 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 bum. Let me try and get Andy Omar in here. There he is, Andy Omar, live from Boracay. Oh, he can't talk. I don't. Uh oh. No, that's not a Speedo. That's not a. Nah, that doesn't count, Andy. No. We want to see you in that bright lime green or yellow Speedo. Arlin is still waiting to pay you to walk down Walking Street wearing that.
All right, gotta head out. I guess my boat is coming over. Appreciate
Okay.
me for. All right, all right. See you
All right.
around.
Andy, have a great day. You guys
All
take
right.
care. Have fun. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah. Or
Oh,
not. I don't know if you guys can see it here.
oh yeah. Nice.
Oh, it's great. Ready for rainy season. All
Yeah.
right. Take care. I'll see you guys.
Okay. Take care. Bye bye. So that's Andy. He's down in Boracay. Let's see here. Sunny. Tip for you guys: there's some very hot massage girls that will home visit and stay for hours cheaper than 5K plus bar fines. Find them in the clean establishments away from Walking Street. Yes, absolutely. We have a buddy that does that as well and actually enjoys the massage also. Michael, I'm wondering if the British guy asking about a bar fine with an enema ever. I have no idea, Michael. That was amongst the weirdest uh, emails I've ever gotten. Mark Wilson. Oh, thank you for joining us, Mark. The Red Street, will it ever happen? So-called change of name for Walking Street. I should be there in times to come. You know what, Mark? I have no idea. I mean, everything evolves, that's for sure. Everything evolves. How it's going to change, I got no idea. WKC, in Ecuador, the bar girls are $5, but those are the ones who've been ran through. The expensive ones cost 15 and more, but they stay on the second floor. Okay. All right, WKC. Ruby, good morning, Ruby. How's things going over in Australia today? You just missed Andy, although maybe you were here when he came in. Andy has been in Boracay, so he just popped in to show us the boats. He's getting ready to go island hopping. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, we don't bar fine, so the only information we have is what the girls tell us and what our friends tell us. And 90% of the time, it pretty much matches up. So, we feel pretty comfortable with that information. We did drop by Monsoon. Danny, who used to be at Lucifer, is now the new manager over at Monsoon. And it was very busy. In fact, I was very surprised, actually, the whole night. Walking Street, now maybe it's because there's only half a street available, half of it is torn up, but it was crowded on Walking Street last night. And all the bars that we went into were busy. They were quite busy. So I don't know. I mean, because Sunday night, that's why we tend to go out to dinner with our friends on Sunday night. And then if that's a bar hop, we do. And quite frankly, it's not as busy. But there are disadvantages to bar hopping on Sunday. The Philippines is a very big Roman Catholic population. A lot of girls take Sundays off as their off day to be with their family, church, and stuff like that. All right. Many of these bar girls are single moms. They want to be with their kids, things like that. So Sundays and Mondays, you're going to find the lesser selection. But even that seemed to be different last night. I mean, we went into Lollipop, and there must have been 30 girls on stage at Lollipop. We went into Lucifer, and there must have been 40 girls on stage in Lucifer. Monsoon had a solid 20 girls on stage. Um, and one of the Korean bars that we went into one Korean bar, and it had a large number. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess things just change from place to place. Michael says, Ruby, do you eat Vegemite? My brother was an exchange student in Australia, and when you move to the Philippines, don't forget the sheepskin rugs. They are the best. Yes, indeed. So, did anybody see the interaction and the video of the fight between Tom Yum Lechon and Zoom to Thailand in Pattaya? I think it was in Pattaya. Might have been in Bangkok, but it's in Thailand. I've seen the video. I mean, I got to tell you something. I've always said that Tom Yum is a big guy. He literally picks up Zoom to Thailand, hoists him over his head like a sack of rice, carries him about 15 feet and body slams him into a scooter. I was just amazed. And I don't know what's going to happen with that, if anything at all. But I was just, wow, that is something else. And I think it goes back to show you that, you got to be a little careful. YouTubers need to be cautious. They need to be cautious about whatever they say. They need to be, there are people, there's nothing, very little that could be said on YouTube that would justify physical violence. Very little. Very little. But it's not uncommon. It does happen. That's for sure. So, and that, I didn't realize Tom Young Lechon was living in Thailand now, because quite frankly, he still has posters on the back of about 30 trikes on Walking Street promoting his channel. WKC says, Zoom to Thailand says he has the full video. He claims he choked him out at the end, and that's why he let go. I don't know, man. From the video I saw, didn't look like he let go. Looks like he threw him. But you know something, WKC? You're absolutely correct. I have no idea. I don't know. It's not a clear video, and there's some plant trees on, in the way, and or leaves and stuff in the way. So I don't know. Hector, and Tom was supposedly walking with a limp and cane and picked him up like a rag doll, walked him about 8 steps to drop him on a motorcycle instead of the pavement. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Tom around town here in Angeles. He does walk with a cane. I walk with a cane on occasion, due to my legs. But, I mean, Tom picked this guy up, and he just walked over and dropped him on top of some scooters. Heath McDaniel, hiya, Heath. Late coming, still watching from Gary, Indiana. Hope things are going well there, Keith. Certainly appreciate it. Did you hear the slam on the bike, though? Nah, this was obviously cell phone footage, or maybe bad CCTV footage. So, no, I didn't hear it at all. But you could certainly see it. Michael, Ruby, shrimp paste, dried fish, and duck, baby. I can't handle also. Duck, baby. I think you're talking about balut, maybe, Michael. I don't know. Shrimp paste, I don't care for. Dried fish, I don't care for. I feel the same way. Oh, wow. Another thumbs down, too. Hey, we are kicking ass and taking names this morning. 2 thumbs down before this even gets posted. We could care less. It's funny. I do believe, though, that that issue with Tom and Zoom is a perfect example of, we spoke about this 6 months ago, about people running their mouths in YouTube, getting haters, and it escalating. And apparently that escalated. I mean, you could see Tom walking. Then he's got I think he's got a bag, like a plastic bag or something in one hand and his cane in the other. And he throws them both down to the ground. So yeah, you can certainly see that. There's no way around it. But, there's so much I don't know about it. I mean, we don't know anything. We don't, Arlin and I. We weren't there. And making conjecture is something that we try to avoid on all, the one thing we try and do is avoid conjecture. And we even try to avoid drama for the most part. I mean, sometimes news is news, but drama is drama. But it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. Hi, this is Dave. Thanks to those 2 jagoffs, YouTubers especially, Black who now have that red X on our backs and have local Leos watching every move. It's possible, Dave. It's in Thailand though, thank God, not here. That's the best thing. Dave, does anybody know offhand, was that in Bangkok or was that in Pattaya? I tend to think it was in Pattaya because I tend to think that's where, or the type of place that you would find Tom, but maybe it was in Bangkok. I don't know. Does anybody know offhand? I don't know. But yeah, but you're right, Dave. I mean, those 2 were, and I don't know who caused it. I don't know what the original beef was. Hi, this is Dave. Pattaya, Doc. Yeah. Alex Bam Bam would be one that would know a lot of the inside scoop on that. So I might have to go take a look at his channel and see what he's got to say about it. He's a really good guy. Adventures with Roy, Pattaya. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. So what else is happening? Let's see. The military guys last night. Had a little issue with my action cam, so I'm going to have to try and see how that footage turns out. And try and figure out why it did. I'm also looking at trying to mount a mount, I guess, is trying to establish, let's see the best way, trying to securely find a way to mount a camera to my balcony pointing down on the street so that we can stream the traffic and the crazy way people drive here. Because it's particularly crazy where we live. Narcisco is a busy street, and there's a lot of traffic coming and going from Candy Palace, where we live. And they screw up the street all the time. 3-pointer, making a U-turn, a lot of U-turns, a lot of 3-point turns, a lot of parking in the middle of the street just to wait on people. So I don't know. Do you think you guys would find that interesting? Would it be boring? I don't know. Tell me what you think about that. We'll see. So, but trying to figure out also why my Action 4 quit while it was in the DJI app mode. That also is something. I think today I might do an experiment where I just run it and let it run and see if it then, or let it record and see if it quits. Yeah, especially around the curve before Candy. Yeah, that curve is a curve. That curve can get crazy. Have you got a round railing or a wooden? I have a steel metal square railing. Paul says, give it a try and see how it goes. Never could pick up something good on it. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I don't think you'll see anything really good unless I run it at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, 3 o'clock in the morning, you can see some good stuff. 3 o'clock in the morning, you have everybody coming back from Mega Dance and the bars. And they are, guys coming home with 3-4 girls. They're all hammered. And there's always something going on in front of Candy Palace, with the security helping them up the street or helping them up the steps, and trikes dropping off, and grab taxis dropping off. It's always interesting at 3 in the morning. So, but I want to see if I can make something that's easy, What I have, let me see if I can grab something just to give you an idea. Let's see here. So that's not it. Okay. So all right, so this is a Tellison quick release. And this quick release attaches like this. It's just boom, boom, and in. And it's secure. So I got to find a way. I have like 8 or 9 of these quick releases so that I can just switch this action from point to point, place to place, without having to unscrew this and screw that and carry mounts and everything else. Everything I own has a Tellison mount on it. And so what happens is I need to find a way to mount that to my square rail. And I know they make stuff for it. I just got to find it and figure it out. Like some drama. Yeah, you know what? It can be. I mean, we've seen bar girl fights at 3 o'clock in the morning. We've seen, in front of our place, we've seen jealous boyfriends, jealous girlfriends. The other night, so back, I told you about my friend Randy that fell down, and we had gone to the hospital, and we had gone to visit. We were going home, and Eddie came with us to visit. So we were dropping Eddie off, and we dropped Eddie off, and we continued down Josephi Street, which is where Tower 3 is. And all of a sudden, this was probably 10 o'clock at night. All of a sudden, and Arlin's driving, all of a sudden, like, shoes start coming out and raining out in the air, raining out of the sky. They're just shoes. And then boom, boom. So 4 pairs of tennis shoes. Somebody was pissed off and throwing somebody's tennis shoes from a high floor off of Tower 3 onto Giuseppe. So, There's always some drama somewhere, Roy. Ikimiko, I can't even say that. IQ Micro. Hello from Toronto. How do I get information on massage girls, which are away from Walking Straight, who does home visits as per Sunset Travel YouTuber? Thanks. I don't know. I don't like massage. So, maybe Sunset Travel has his own channel. Why don't you subscribe to his channel? And you could also probably, in his about section, he may have information as to how to get in touch with him. I live stream via GoPro 10, which connects to your smartphone, and it's waterproof. The hyper smooth function cleans up all in the picture. Yeah. I don't live stream from my action. I might try that one day, but I don't. I'm done with GoPro after 4 of them, and they all failed in less than, the longest I've ever had a GoPro work has been like a year and a half, 2 years, and then they failed. The last time we were in Boracay, it leaked water, and yet everything was closed. And that was on an 11. All right. Batteries swell, they overheat. I've had all kinds of problems. But Philippines Sunset Blue Truth. Michael says, Mike, I would look at your HOA rules at Candy Palace first on cameras filming common areas. Some HOAs in America fine people for Ring camera doorbells. Yeah, screw them, Michael. You know what? I have a big thing. It's better to do what you want and ask for forgiveness than to ask and be rejected. I'd rather say, oh, I didn't know there was something wrong. And I'm not that worried, to be honest with you. It's if just were there, I could fabricate something up to match the type out. Yeah, I can figure something out, Heath. I've just been lazy for it. GoPro has an adapter to clip on to that cam. It looks like a car battery clamp. It's extremely strong. Yeah, GoPro's got a ton of great accessories. A ton of great accessories. And I loved them from years. You know what? I was an original GoPro Karma drone owner. That's how much I loved GoPro in the day. It fell out of the sky twice, all right? And they discontinued it and quit the drone business. But coming back with 3 or 4 girls, I'm in my 50s, I'd be wiped out for 2 weeks. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't know what they do with all of them, okay? I'm not, privileged to that. I don't go in their rooms or anything. But sure, they come back in groups. It's funny. Maybe someone can walk in a Speedo and you're live walking in front of Candy Palace. Let's hope not. Why not use a tripod to mount it on and point it down? Yes, Paul, I can. The problem that I'm getting is the height of the rail does not allow me to lean the tripod straight onto it to point it down. Okay? I can get a good angle, all right, of the whole street. That's not a problem. But to be able to point it down, I need to be on that rail or adjacent to it, and I can't get enough of a lean to get to it. And I have a quick release mount on both of my tripods. Michael says, red, green, say to duct tape your camera to the balcony. You know what? You could. I mean, you really could. I have some GoPro. Stuff that's meant for helmet cams and things like that. And since our railing is square, I think I can find one that's a flat surface that'll stick, and then I'll actually use some fishing line to tie it down as well, just to make sure. But I don't know how interesting that would be for people. Get a mic stand that has an arm stand on it. It's possible. It's possible. It's a good idea. First woman be enough for me. I'm not greedy. Indeed, Heath. You know, that's what I'm totally happy with my wife. One woman is enough for me. The mic stand's a good idea. I wonder if I could get one that would be thick enough to grapple that rail. That railing is probably a 3-inch square tube. I know that I haven't got a mic stand. Well, that's not true. So I don't have a mic. I do have a mic stand. I don't have one that I use. And the reason I don't use it, I have glass on top of my on top of all of our furniture. We have glass. It protects the finish and everything else. Easy to clean, everything else. And so I can't grapple the desktop. But I wonder, you're right, I wonder if that would be big enough. It's interesting. It's a possibility. That's a good idea. All right. That really is a good idea. Paul, thank you very much. Sorry to keep posting. I have a Sony FZ connected to GoPro Octopus tripod. It bends every angle clamp on the bottom. Yeah. I like the Octopus tripod. I have a two Joby, which I could use, but you know, like I said, I'm only starting to think about it right now. I've got a couple other experiments I want to run with it. Michael says use your tripod. And that's what I was thinking. I could zip tie this mount to the balcony. And then I've got a really long USB-C cord that I can connect the Action 4 to. Might want to try it with braided fishing line and metal railing in the heat. Yeah, that's the other thing. I wouldn't want to try something to last a long time because it gets direct sunlight every afternoon, and I'd be a bit worried about it degrading the integrity of it. Hector says, what's the status of the U.S. government banning DJI drones? I do not know. California Bear, if he's still around, may know more about it. He keeps abreast of that because he lives in the U.S. But I do know they're getting serious about it. Brewmeister, how you doing, Brew? Thanks for dropping by. We really appreciate it. Really and truly we do. Let's see here. It's been a slow live stream. That's for sure. But so that's kind of like one of my projects this week. This week, I want to try and do that. And this week, I want to try and figure out why, when I'm in the DJI app, controlling it with my phone, and it tends to just drop. Don't know. Morning, Mike. Focus in Asia. JR. People, I'm going to tell you something right now. You need to watch Focus on Asia. He has some beautiful stuff. He really and truly does. He travels throughout Southeast Asia with his beautiful wife. They eat great food, and JR gives you a background on everything, and his imaging, his videos are great. I just watched his latest, or what I thought was his latest, or I think is his latest video. All right. And it is just beautiful, beautiful. Give him a try. Hope you're doing well. And I don't know how far behind he is. Are you still in Thailand, JR? Michael says, cut down a good ratchet strap for securement, then take rebar tie wire for extra securement. That's a good idea. JJ, the Lonely Bull. Good morning, JJ. How are you? Welcome back to the channel. JJ, also a YouTuber. Give him a look, folks. AJ, how you doing, AJ? How is things going? Hector Gupta, get a hold of an old DJI-2 drone. They have no height restrictions. Yep, they don't. And the old DJIs, you can turn the GPS geofencing off. You may still be able to. I don't know. Paul, how you doing, Paul? How's things going? How are you feeling? How's everything going? Thanks for dropping in. No, sir. In Malaysia, headed to stop to Inlapo. Okay. So I'm telling you, folks, you owe it to yourself to, even if it's just to get some historical ideas, focus on Asia. He tends to include background, history, and beautiful. He does great stuff. I'm very jealous. And man, he has good food. We are waiting to see more videos of Arlin driving you around the area, but she needs to hit some of the bumps on the road. Oh, man. I'm telling you, man, if there's a bump, a pothole, or something, Arlin can hit it. She certainly can hit it. All right. Gotta go, Mike. Got a train to catch. Just wanted to say hi. Thanks, JR. Have a great day. I hope you guys have really, really great day. Thanks for the plug. Oh, anytime. The plug is well worth it. Folks, he has good stuff. Really and truly he does. Let me see here. All right, so they should be just about finishing Paul, but only when he's holding the eggs. Yeah, no shit. I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, day before, I thought we were just going to go get some black pepper. I said, sure, I'll go with you, honey. And we went. We ended up with black pepper and rice and something else from JJ's. Then Arlin said, oh, I need to stop over here. And while I'm here, we need to go ahead and pick up some of your pharmacy stuff. So we picked up some my medications, and she bought chicken heads, fried chicken heads. All right. And then she went across the street to Savo, which quite frankly, they've got the best price on eggs around. We went across the street. She went across the street to Savo, bought eggs. And then we did the ordeal of driving the back. I'll admit that Arlin is great at backing up. I'm telling you what, she can scare the living crap out of you. She has to fit. There is only about an inch on each side of the fenders of the wheels, the rear wheels of the trike, between a support column for Candy Palace and the curb for the ramp that leads out of the garage. So, and the ramp is too big for her to jump. These trikes, they don't have big tires. So it's not, you're not going to jump that curb backing up. And she just zooms right through it. Has the assassination attempt on Trump made? Yeah, it made a lot of news. Everything. I mean, it's all equal at this point right now. It's what all's made. Everybody condemning it makes the news here. The act itself made the news. As information comes forward, it makes the news, but nothing like in the U.S., obviously. Nothing at all. So, all right. Well, folks, we've done our hour. We're going to let it go. I want to thank everybody for dropping by. Everybody, hope you have a great evening, and thanks for dropping in. Take care and be safe, as always.